Bora Bora, the island with warm blue waters, white sandy beaches, and resorts that cater to your every need. For years, Bora Bora has been a magnet for all kinds of celebrities, ranging from Ringo Starr to Harrison Ford to Cameron Diaz. Of course, when you're a celebrity looking to get away, you know there are thousands of romantic locations that you can choose from. So why have so many chosen Bora Bora? To answer that question, we'll have to dive into those turquoise blue waters and get to the heart of what Bora Bora really is. This is the story of Bora Bora that you won't read about in any brochures. We're going to be talking about the good, the bad, and even the deadly. That's right, I bet you'll never guess which Hollywood star nearly died here. But before we get into all of that, let's just establish the fact that Bora Bora really is a stunningly beautiful place. Although just one of 118 other islands that make up French Polynesia, it's no accident that Bora Bora is the one that's become a hub for wealthy pleasure seekers. The island is in fact a sinking volcano. It has two peaks that stand high above the water. Down below, in what was once an empty crater, there's now a beautiful lagoon, just another source of the island's magic. And if you thought that the turquoise blue of the water's surface was dazzling, just wait until you take a dip. It's home to colourful fish of all shapes and sizes, and if you choose to vacation here, you can experience it all right up close by staying in one of the many overwater bungalows that ring the island. Just imagine rolling out of bed and having the lagoon right at your fingertips. Okay, so we've established that this place is gorgeous. You could simply sit in your bungalow or out on the beach all day and probably still have a fantastic vacation. But like I said, Bora Bora is so much more than a good place to get a suntan. So before I get to the insane celebrity vacations that have happened here, let's see what else you can do on the island. For the adventure seekers, you might want to check out those two peaks I mentioned. They're called Mount Pahia and Mount Otomanu. Mount Otomanu is the island's highest peak. It towers over the rest of the island and is filled with lush jungle flora and fauna. Now, because of how easily the volcanic rock crumbles, you can't actually hike to the top, but you can take a guided tour and learn all about Polynesian history and culture, while taking in some breathtaking views. To reach a summit, you'll want to try Mount Pahia. This peak is much more accessible, but be warned, the path isn't exactly easy. It's a 6-hour hike through thick jungle. It takes some people as much as 8 hours to get all the way back down. Hey, I wasn't lying when I said it was for adventure seekers. Now, let's get back to the water. How would you like to swim with sea turtles? Well, you can do exactly that at Bora Bora's Sea Turtle Sanctuary. The island has its own wildlife biologist who takes care of the injured animals and allows guests to spend some time with them in a special touch pool. These turtles have become endangered due to poaching and habitat destruction. So the centre works alongside Bora Bora's government to help conserve these special creatures. But of course, if you spend any time in the waters around Bora Bora, you'll see a lot more than just sea turtles. The crystal clear waters are also filled with dolphins, lemon sharks, and all kinds of rays, including giant manta rays. And you'll get a chance to experience these animals up close if you do any of the water activities available to guests. Some of the most popular activities include kite surfing, jet skiing, stand-up paddleboarding, and even aquabiking. What's that? You've never heard of aquabiking? Well, it's essentially a mini submarine that lets you explore underwater. Just remember that, as with any of these activities, there is always risk involved, whether that's stingrays, sharks, or just the water itself. In fact, one celebrity couple found that out the hard way. Let's turn our attention to those insane celebrity vacations now and see who it was that experienced the scare of a lifetime. Do you remember when Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux got married back in 2015. Well, guess which Polynesian island they chose as their honeymoon destination? Bora Bora had long been a favourite vacation spot for the Hollywood couple, but they weren't alone. A group of their close friends came along with them for that week, many of whom you might recognise. Courtney Cox, Ellen DeGeneres, Jimmy Kimmel and Tobey Maguire all joined the newlyweds for a taste of paradise. It's not exactly clear what the couple and their friends got up to during the honeymoon week, but there's little doubt that between the spas, the swimming and the lounging on the beach, the trip would have been amazing. But there was just one hitch. Justin apparently nearly died while scuba diving. That's right, he was with a diving instructor and a friend when he noticed his oxygen level dipping down into the red. Understandably scared, he tried to signal to the instructor, who was French, but the instructor didn't seem to get the message. Justin struggled to get some air, but he couldn't. Finally, in the nick of time, the instructor understood what Justin was trying to signal, and after passing him an emergency respirator, the actor gratefully accepted it, but not before swallowing water. Thankfully, Justin was brought back up to the surface while coughing and sputtering, but it was a very close call. It could have ended very differently. Fortunately, it didn't take long for Justin to start feeling better, and any recovery goes faster when you've got access to one of the world's best spas. The Te Mahana Spa has everything your body could want or need to reach the highest levels of relaxation. Jacuzzis? Check. Sensory showers? Check. Therapy pools overlooking mountains and lagoons? Check. Everything about this spa is meant to remove every last bit of tension from your body, and if you stay at the Four Seasons, you'll have easy access. That's where Jennifer and Justin stayed for their honeymoon, and it's one of the best ways to immerse yourself in the island's charms. Would you like to have breakfast delivered to your bungalow on a canoe, or be treated to a dinner complete with fire dancers? Here, you get treated like royalty. And just in case you're wondering, the Four Seasons generally costs about $5,000 to $12,500 a night. So it's no surprise that you get more than just clean towels and a complimentary breakfast. And the Four Seasons isn't the only ultra luxurious resort here. When Paris Hilton and her new husband Carter Ream kicked off their world tour honeymoon in November, they chose to spend a few days on Bora Bora. But instead of the Four Seasons, they chose to stay at the Conrad Bora Bora New. And you can understand that choice, given that the hotel bears the name of Paris's great-grandfather, Conrad Hilton. The Conrad has its own spa that's nestled into volcanic hillside. From this perch, guests can gaze out on the lagoon as they enjoy a traditional Tahitian massage. But it looks like Paris and Carter had more in mind than just couples massages. They swam with rays, dove for pearls, and even did some scuba diving. Now, if you take a trip to Bora Bora, you probably won't have a camera crew, but there's no doubt you'll feel like a celebrity. In fact, like I mentioned in the beginning, you might even get to rub shoulders with a few. And the place where you're most likely to have a run-in with a star? Well, that would be the famous Bloody Marys. Here, there's a list of over 230 celebrities who have visited the restaurant. It was started in 1979 by a Polish noble, and today it's the most iconic restaurant on the island. At Bloody Mary's, you don't simply read about your dinner options from a flimsy laminated menu. Oh no, instead, the fish are all laid out for you on a bed of ice. These are all super fresh, plucked right out of the nearby waters by local fishermen, some of the best around. And after learning a little about the fish, you get to see the chefs prepare your dinner right in front of you. Of course, a luxury island comes at luxury prices. As a couple, be prepared to spend at least $10,000 for a week-long stay on Bora Bora. But there is one other option that may allow you to see the island at a much lower price. A Tahitian cruise, with lowest hotel prices on Bora Bora ranging anywhere from $400 to $2,000. A cruise may be the perfect way to experience luxury without breaking the bank. Depending on your travel itinerary, you might only get to stay for a day or two, but considering an 18-night Tahitian cruise costs about $3,500 to $4,000, it might be worth it. And just imagine all the other Tahitian islands you'll also get to experience along the way. Speaking of other Tahitian islands, did you know that the world's first eco-resort is also located in Tahiti? And did you also know that it was started by none other than the Godfather himself, Marlon Brando? I'll leave that video on screen for you to check out next.